Hi, welcome along to another video. So many videos, so many wheels. So I hope you're well, I hope things are good. We're just doing another little video today to play with another wheel. It's like all of my Christmases have come at once lately and I'm just getting to play with so many new toys. This is another shout out to the guys at ERIDERZ here in Brisbane, Australia. They're an amazing, store. They're doing a big range of PEV devices and protective gear and lessons and just sort of getting people into this game. So go check them out if you need an e-bike, you need an EUC. They're getting into some of the scooters as well. So yeah, cool. Really cool store. They know their stuff, they know the game, and they've always got stock coming in or sometimes in stock. I know when I was just starting to roll, I asked what stock levels they've got on this SHERMAN S, and they've got 2 there at the moment. I don't know how quick they'll go. EUCs do go pretty quick, and there's a bit of a wait usually, so you can get in there and grab one. Grab 2 if you need. But yeah, my promo code, you can use my affiliate code that they've given me to save yourself $50 off this or one of their other electric unicycles. They've got the S19 coming in. V13s are just around the corner, and yeah, the Extreme and the Pattern, they've got all the new wheels, all the new toys. Yeah, so go in and see the guys, grab a deal, get into it, start doing this. So today I'm just out on the SHERMAN S again because it's been a while since I've played on some smaller wheels. Wanted to remember them feels, and this is a really good one to get on and remember those feels. It's such a good wheel. There's so many rave reviews already about this model, what it can do. And it is such a nice wheel. You've got a good suspension with 80mm, I think, on the travel. But yeah, it should eat up a lot of stuff. And you can throw it over stuff and maybe jump. Like, did you see that? I didn't expect it to be able to do it, but it did. So started to hesitate when you got this loose gravel. So it's really hot, so sometimes you make stupid decisions, and I'm going to try not to. So yeah, let's go for a little roll on the SHERMAN S again, and just see if it still feels great, as great as it did last time. So this tyre feels nice, it's rounded, it's not as square as some of the tyres that are coming out on wheels at the moment. And that's a lot easier to just get flicking straight away. Beautiful. You can really get it over. Compared to that V13, it's such a nicer profile. Makes me miss that profile actually. It's really strong, good nylon handles on the top, which are going to take a few of the bumps. I like that it's streamlined and it's flat to put your pads on, and also to roll around if you're going to take a crash. I think it's a magnesium body, which is really, really strong, but also, lightweight. It is a heavier wheel, so, not as easy to flick around as all these smaller 16 inches that are coming out. But with that weight, you've really got a nice durable wheel. Strong. There's a lot of screws, so I guess those tyre changes might be a bit of an issue for some people. But hugely confident, Straight away, I just want to rip into anything, and you saw me just diving over those rocks. I don't think I'd do that on any other wheel. The V13 would be too heavy, too top heavy, and yeah, the others just wouldn't have that torque or suspension that I could trust. But this is good. I wish, at this place here, there's not too many trails or things I can test it with. And I've only got a bit of time today to play with it. So I'm just going to do what I can and remember why I love this wheel and every other wheel. Any wheel is a good wheel. So nice to get turning. Heaps of braking power, especially compared to the V13. Oh, you just want to carve it all up. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to go for a bit and enjoy this. You know, there's a rumour at the moment of a 134 volt upgrade big brother to this model. This SHERMAN S, it's 100 volts, and I guess it's got its limitations, you know, just in its speed really with those voltages. Everybody wouldn't mind a little bit more now. We've all had a taste of a little bit more, and I know for me, I don't mind that little bit more. I wouldn't really consider this wheel to be a beginner wheel, so I think it comes into that category where you're just after something a little bit extra. You could start on this wheel, no problem. And then that speed's going to be more than enough for you to grow into it because it's so adaptable, it can do so many other things. So much fun already, really is. It just handles and zips and feels really well balanced. Good overall feel. You can sort of just do a bit of trickage. Just it feels like it's got everything you want, you know. I can lean in, it's got some more power. I can pull up quick if I need to. I can flick it out of the way. There's a tree coming. Everything feels really nice. That feels so nice on the jump. So much better than the suspensions I'm used to. They're usually so much more rigid. You know, that on my V13. And even I was just rolling on the Kingsong S19 just before this. And yeah, this compared to that, it's just a different league. So this is a proper, you know, motorbike suspension that they've gone for this. Also the pattern, I believe, has the same system. Just got up that hill so quick. So much, you know, get up and go. It just goes. Just goes. And feels good even without my pads and without dialing it in. I feel like I can trust it on this little trail. Just a little jump here. Heaps of air. Beautiful. I'm going to go back. Landing was so much more comfortable than I'm used to. Really good pedals, really grippy. I haven't slid on the pedals once. You know, they're definitely a better pedal. Those little knobs are just a lot more. They've got a lot more meat on them than the V13. All these little things just make it feel a little nicer. There's something to go over those jumps, you know, that suspension, it's just another league, yeah. And I don't even have my pads dialed in. Now that I've tasted the jumps on the SHERMAN S, I just can't get enough. Heaps of fun. Because it's so much lighter than the V13, I can easily push it and twist it around in the air as well, which is really good. So those muscles, you know, that I've worked out on the V13 are just helping with all those other wheels. If you preload that suspension just before you jump, it's a lot easier to do on this than that bigger wheel. Thanks, ERIDERZ. Any wheel's a good wheel, always say it. Some are just better than others. This is one of the better ones, that's for sure. Should find somewhere shady and I'll have a little look at it. Geez, with a good bunch of suspension, you can just push a little harder and it just eats things up. It's good, really nice. This is kind of something I need in my life. Speaking of which, I mean, the V14's just around the corner. So look, if you're after a little newer wheel, I guess ERIDERZ are going to have that in stock really soon. So go and get them before the cookie crumbles. Right, I'm going to have a little look at this wheel. You know, one thing is that this wheel doesn't actually have a cutoff switch. It's kind of annoying. I guess, you know, you're used to those cutoff switch and it's a bit of a question of why doesn't it? But it doesn't, so you got to just power it off. I'll run you through that. Good stand, you can see that it's even on an angle. I spoke too soon. Yeah, still a good stand. Good Kenda tyre on there. Just feels a little nicer. Maybe it's just worn down a lot more than the other tyres because that profile's still rounded off okay. So here I think you've got your lights, lasers. It's got lasers, this wheel, and they shoot out the back. So power, lights, into your menu button here, and then this will switch between different screens. And you know, you can hold the buttons down and get into advanced menu settings, and there's other videos to go through all of those features, but I just wanted a quick look at it. Really sort of strong. I guess these nylon, magnesium, rubber up the top. It's where you rip them off and you've got access to your the shocks in there. A couple of different options in your spring. In the shocks, you can have 62 pound or a 66 pound. For someone like me, 90 kilos, I'd want to get into the 66, I think. And again, I'm not sort of here for the setup. Good charge port location, the dual ports there at the front. What I've seen, the light is really good. You know, it does get up into people's eyes, I've heard, so a little bit of a hood would be nice, but it is tilt adjustable, which is a good feature of lights. They all should be. It's a good streamlined design, so in a crash it's not going to, you know, catch on things and flick and flip around. Maybe it'll slide with those good flat edges, which are also really good to get your pads on. Gives you good Velcro purchase, you don't have to put plates on. And you can see that just sits nice and flush. You know, there's a lot of screws, there's a lot of hardware, but it looks like good, strong, durable hardware. And you know, for me, I guess that's where the strength comes from. So it looks well put together, and that does mean, I guess, it's going to be a little harder to work on, or a little bit more work. But, you know, I guess you also don't want it to be plasticky and flimsy. So it just looks really well engineered, well put together, well thought out. You know, things like the ports on the front and the angled light and good pedals. And yeah, feels like a great wheel. It's a step above your cheaper sort of stuff that you get. So on the display, which I said before, it's a really good display in the sun. And, you know, this is fully bright sun today, and I can see it no problem. It's got really good contrast and stands out. So you've got all of the display you need, you know, your speed, your battery percent, range, your volts, your temps. You know, there's other settings, some different power settings, and I'm sure you can change all of that and customize it. Trolley handle, yeah, you know, it's plasticky. So I'm not too sure about the trolley handle. I guess it works and it's there, and from what I've seen, I think people use it. So it's got this, you know, the speed limit, the top speed on this. So there are people, I think, that just want a little bit more of the top speed now, and that's where you're going to start to consider maybe this new rumoured Sherman that might be coming. And they're talking about a 134 volt there. Well, I've heard rumours of 134 volt, you know, 18 inch, possibly, I don't know, would you be up at around your 55, you know, your 50 mile an hour speeds, pushing up to your 100 kilometre per hour maybe. And that's where the wheels seem to be at the moment, which I don't think you need. And, you know, it depends what you want to do, but I guess that 134 volt, a lot of people are stepping into the racing, and then you've also just got that extra power for the, you know, when you need it on those racing circuits. So a lot of the wheels, I think, now are stepping up into that kind of territory. Yeah, so your speeds on this, your sort of top speed, you'll be hitting about 70 kilometers per hour. I think there is a faster mode that you can unlock, but to safely, you know, that's where your beeps are going to start to come on in. If you're getting to your lower battery with this, I think you're sort of limited to your 50 kilometer per hour, which is still plenty, you know. And, you know, this wheel's really good for range. If you want something that's going to just eat up that range and also have some fun on the way, I mean, I'm having a blast on this. That jump and the flickability, it's really agile. It's a good durable wheel. It's going to take a beating. I've heard it's really good in the wet weather, so you've got that option of wet weather commuting. But yeah, for range, I mean, this, you're going to get around your over 100 kilometer range on this wheel, and that's riding it fun, you know. You don't have to be conservative, and you're still going to get that range. I think there were reports of people getting up to about 120 kilometers, or it's just ridiculous on anything electric. So many things electric now, you just won't get that kind of range out of. And if you do, you're going to spend a lot of money. So to get it in at this price point, to be able to get off-road and do a bit of a blast across the grass, a few jumps, and yeah, confidently get out and do those group rides. I mean, wow, you're not going to have to charge. And then if you do, I think it's a 5 amp charger in the box. So you're looking at a 6 to 7 hour charge time, and you're back up and running for another 100 kilometers. It's a pretty good package. You know, like, you'd be pretty confident to just be able to do most things that you need on this wheel. So yeah, I might wrap it up. I don't know, there wasn't much in it. It was just me having fun. So lucky me, and yeah, I guess it could be lucky you if you go in and see the guys. As I say, they've got 2 of these sitting there. waiting for one of you, so let it be you. Go and chat to them. Use my code, it's back 50. You're going to get yourself $50 off. Fun for you. Alright, I'll see you next time for another video. Don't know what I'll be on, but one of these days it'll be the pattern and the extreme and the V13. Again, I've been chatting with INMOTION, so it's coming. It's around the corner and it's looking great. Okay, until next time, bye for now.